What's up, guys? My name's Curtis, and welcome to 5-Minute Finance, where I take personal finance topics and explain them to you in 5 minutes or less. I feel like I mention credit cards every 2 or 3 videos here on my channel, and that's because I truly feel that they can be a pretty dangerous tool. However, I'm not blind to the benefits that many credit cards come with, from rewards points to ease of use to things like fraud protection. So, although I myself use credit cards, I do so responsibly, and I wanted to go over my 4 tips to responsible credit card usage so you don't get stuck drowning in credit card debt. Hands down, the number one thing that you must do if you plan on using credit cards is to pay them off every single month, no matter what. This doesn't mean you simply make the minimum required payment each month. This means every single billing cycle, your credit card balance drops back to 0. If you are unable to follow this first tip, stop the video, cancel every single one of your credit cards, and simply don't ever use them again. I know that sounds extreme, but the interest rates on credit cards are so insanely high that it's better for you to forego any benefits from credit cards as opposed to having to pay 15% or higher interest on any credit card debt that you carry. I know it may seem obvious to a lot of you guys watching that you should pay off your credit cards every month, but too many people say they know how to handle credit cards responsibly, only to find themselves thousands of dollars in the hole. Responsible credit card usage tip number 2 is to avoid any credit card related fees unless the benefits outweigh the cost of such fees. There are plenty of high-end credit cards that come with some sort of annual fee attached to them. And although almost always those cards come with benefits that offset the cost of the annual fee, just make sure that you're actually taking advantage of those benefits and you're not paying for something you aren't using. If you pay $500 annually for a card that offers $2,000 worth of benefits, that's a great deal. However, it's only worth it if you're taking advantage of those benefits. You should occasionally assess all of your credit cards to make sure if you are paying fees, you're actually getting more value out of it than what those fees cost. Also, there are a plethora of credit cards that don't have any fees, and those are great options in a lot of situations. In addition to that, many credit card companies, if you just call them up right before that annual fee is due and say that you want to cancel your card, sometimes they might just waive that annual fee. A quick 10-minute phone call could save you hundreds of dollars, so it's worth a shot whether or not they're able to waive that fee. Tip number 3 is don't allow yourself to overspend, even if you have the credit available to do so. There have been numerous studies that show, on average, people spend quite a bit more money when they're using a credit card as opposed to buying things with cash. As I mentioned, there are some benefits to credit cards that you simply don't get if you're buying things with cash. But always stick to your budget and don't allow yourself to buy things that you don't need just because it's super easy to swipe that piece of plastic. This will get you into deep trouble, I promise. The 4th and final tip I have for responsible credit card use is actually a repeat tip from earlier. Pay off your credit cards every single month in full or just don't use them. Carrying a balance month to month on a credit card is one of the worst things you can do for yourself financially. I know I cheated and realistically only gave you guys 3 tips to responsible credit card use when I said I was going to give you 4. But at the end of the day, if you just pay off your card every single month, you'll be in a much better position than a lot of people out there. As I mentioned earlier, I know that I talk about credit cards negatively a lot, and that's because they are dangerous. With that being said, I myself use credit cards because they do offer certain benefits. But I follow my own tips that I just discussed, and because of that, I've never gotten into a bad situation because of any credit card use. If you guys enjoyed the video, it would really help me out if you gave it a thumbs up, and if you're new around here, consider subscribing and hit that notification bell for more personal finance videos in the future.